Hello everybody, my name is Bertrand Dory and I welcome you to Design Your Dream Life. In the next hour or so, I am intending to inspire you to take action and the next step in designing the life of your dream. So sit back and relax and enjoy.
So welcome everybody to Design Your Dream Life. My name is Bertrand Dory and it is really a pleasure to welcome you on this show. It is quite an exceptional show today because both Joel and I, we have a really exciting announcement to make, and it is quite difficult to keep my seriousness because she's making faces at me currently on Skype, and it's quite difficult just to be myself, but it's okay. So hi Jules, how are you?
Fine. How are you, my friend?
Yeah, I'm really happy and excited to have you here, but also to be in this position of sharing something that is going to change so many people's life, and that we are the vehicle for this, and that we are helping people to do this is just extraordinary.
I agree. I am so delighted. And this is a new business model that really can literally change the world, change the way people think about money.
Yeah, and I would like to share a little bit why it's also so important for me, because I have been, after my breakup and everything, I have been struggling with money for many years, and it was only when I took this leap of faith of embracing some of the internet marketing solutions that everything changed into me, because suddenly after a few days I was making money, not because I was trading my time or my expertise against money, but because it was me. And this opened so many things in my life. It was last February. It's February the 2nd. I remember this date. I was petrified. I was scared. I had debt. I was scared of the postman. I was scared of quite a lot of things in my life. But by doing this, I'm not saying it was a very comfortable step, but everything shifted. And if you see this, because you and I have been talking over the last year and even before, since then I had a job. I had the chance of being in a relationship. I have also a book published. So everything just unlocked from this moment, just because suddenly I was experiencing something new. I was experiencing wealth. I was experiencing prosperity. It was coming to me. And that was a big shift. And that's really extraordinary. And that's why I'm so excited that we can offer something similar to our listeners.
Oh, great story. Yes, I can identify. You know, we all go into shifts, and sometimes it's just real hard to stay positive, to stay beyond our beliefs. And like you said, it takes a little bit of something coming into you to show you that things can be different and that you're worthy of getting it. It's really incredible that our beliefs actually stop us from getting to where we want to be.
Yeah, it's our beliefs, it's our fears. And when you are in this place where, how can I say this, where everything becomes so difficult, where you can't think, where you are in survival mode all the time, it is very difficult to keep our vibration high and to hope for something except going out of fear. So even what we desire, what we want in life, becomes a fear. And if we don't get it, then it just validates that, hey, we're not good enough. And I think that when we are in this cycle, then whatever we do stays in this cycle and does not change. So by having something small that shifts us, something that really reinforces some of our other beliefs that we have at some level, but they are not strong enough to counterbalance the fear, then things are shifting, and then we can really start to look at life in a different way. And I remember this nice quote from Wayne Dyer: when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change.
Right.
And that's exactly the same with this kind of solutions. When we change the way we look at money situation in life will change.
Well, what I like about this program that we are presenting, it's not so much I can take the focus off of me getting the money, because what I really want to do is help others to feel good so that they can let new things come in. It's so much more exciting for me to give a person the opportunity of relaxing about money, the opportunity to get $2,500 a month. To me, that is how, that is a bit of prosperity consciousness. It's more important to help another to feel good, because in that regards, it's going to help me. It's that giving. And, when I think of $2,500 a month, um, calmness comes over. It's like, oh, wow, yeah, it feels good. What would I do with that $2,500 a month? I could do a lot. But then that good feelings, I want to give to another. I want that another person to feel that hope, that incredible relief. And to me, that feels so incredible. And that's what prosperity consciousness is all about. So, I'm going to benefit, but gosh, all those people that are so desperate, feeling so terrible right now, they have a choice to live in poverty or a choice to live in prosperity. And it's so easy, because you really don't have to do anything. You just have to take one little tiny action step, and the whole world shifts for you.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah, that's completely exciting, and you're right. It's all about contribution, what we can offer other people, and you said really words like hope, relief, ease, and so on. For me, it's getting the monkey off your shoulder when you have the bills to pay, and it is really a monkey, and it is really clinging onto us, and this small shift that people will do individually will change their lives for themselves, but also if they are taking the leap also of sharing with other people that they really love, it will change their friends, their community, their children, and everything will change. Because once you have this money problem as a parent, you can't treat your daughter or your sons. You can't do anything. Everything becomes just difficult, and you just get scared that they will ask you, hey daddy, can I have this? And you are in your head saying, no, you can't. And you can't even treat them with small things. And then the relationship becomes every time a relationship of fear also. So here, this is something that is going to change people, is going to give them hope, as you said, is going to give them ease, but also is going to change their relationships, their intimate relationships. It's going to give hope to other people around them. And we have a vision of maybe helping something around 10,000 people.
Oh, more. I mean, I want to shift the entire planet. That's what I came here to do. It's just not 10,000 people. I think the whole world can shift. A couple of weeks ago, I did a show on give away $1 a day. And by this simple act of leaving $1 in the grocery store, and maybe in between cans of soup, and having another person find that anonymously, the whole you're just mentally shifting, because you're letting go of that $1. You're giving it to God to direct to whom is that $1 is going to go to. That very simple act is enough to shift you. And this is enough to shift you permanently into that prosperity consciousness. I mean, it's a life changer. It's a life changer, and that's what gets me so excited. If every person could grasp this new concept, we will end world poverty. We will stop depending on the governments to tell us how our economy is doing. Our economy is strictly up to us. We've got the power, not the government, not the banks, not anything. We are the creators, and we can do this simply by an act that is so small but the act is about giving to somebody else. And I think this is what this program is about.
Yes, you're right. And I think when you say we got the power to our own wealth and own prosperity, it's for me for a long time it was just a concept, and I knew it was true, but in same times I did not experience this. And what we have here is, I found it's a gift, because maybe for a lot of people, for the first time ever, they know what action to take in order to experience something like this.
Yes.
And then also experience the giving and experience some spiritual values. It's very difficult to give away something when you don't have it. It's always, there is a balance of fear also inside of us. We give something we don't have, or we give something that we don't know if we get it back. In this kind of programs, we get something and then we can give it away, and we can give it away with much more joy. And
Yes.
I think we bring back the joy factor in the giving, and that's wonderful.
I agree.
I think that we have here something that is really wonderful. This is going to shift and finally put in practice what people have been hearing over and over, but they could not know it because they did not experience this. And
Right.
now they can experience this wealth consciousness. They can experience receiving money. They can experience sharing money. They can experience stretching themselves, and that's wonderful.
Even if they get, and you mentioned to me that the other day, even if they get a small portion, it's going to be phenomenal. It's going to do something. It's like dropping that dollar on the floor and having somebody just giddy with delight, picking it up. It's just going to change
Yeah.
the way you think and the vibration and everything about you.
What's really going to happen is that people are going to say, now I know. And I really use a strong word, I know it's possible. And just knowing it's possible is worth anything. Because once you know that you can do it, then you know that you can do it. And there's nobody can take this away.
Nobody can take that away. Yep, I agree. I agree.
So I would invite people really to join this program. It's only $10 a month. It's 2-3 cups of coffee, but it can change their life. It can change the life of the children, of people around them, the economy, everything. And just try it for a couple of months and then see the results starting to happen. And that's where the magic and the transformation really happens.
Right. It's all good. So we want to send people to...
Oh, we are going to send people to the LOA Radio Network website. That's the best place to come. And there will be a link on the home page, but also on every show page that they can follow. And there will be, in fact, 2 links. One is to sign up, and the other one also is a small website that we created just so that we can reinforce what we have said here on this show and talk about wealth, consciousness, about prosperity, about also internet marketing and how it is a viable solution, and explain a bit more about the program in our own words, not in the words of this company. And I think this is really so that we can really express what it did. And I will reinforce also with my own story here, because it changed my life. I strongly believe I will not have been able to do my book without this shift that happened last year.
Great. Yeah, this is so true. Okay. Wonderful. Well, thank you, Bertrand. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too. And I'm excited because we have something here that is going to bring light and it's going to change relationship. And if you're a parent, I'm a parent. If you're a parent, it will change everything in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Let the shift begin. Thanks, Bertrand.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
You're listening to Design Your Dream Life. I am Bertrand Dory, and I'm welcoming you back to the show.
You're listening to Law of Attraction Radio Network, enhancing the well-being of millions of listeners worldwide. LOARadionetwork.com is heard through 25 different internet radio stations, as well as iTunes Radio, Stitcher.com, and our mobile apps. The Law of Attraction Radio Network, your trusted source of daily inspiration. At LOARadionetwork.com.
So welcome back, and now we're going to talk about this amazing subject that is really, really close to my heart. And you know that because I love you and I love everybody on this show, and I love very, very special people in my life, that I'm opening my heart and I can feel things every single day. And I must say I was not always like this. Before, I was quite closed and I didn't really know what love or loving was. And it is only when I had this insight that I can have a better life, and I can offer a better life to the people around me when I start to have an open heart. But sometimes having an open heart is very, very difficult, because especially if we had in the past some difficult relationships, or if our parents, and that was my case, my parents did not know how to express this love. They did not know how to show it. They did not know how to make me feel loved. So I never really had this energy inside of me, and I did not really know how to generate it and how to express it either. But being a parent, I decided that I will really give the best to my daughter, and I will shower her with love, with compassion, with kindness, with just being a great dad. But in intimate relationship, it can be a little bit more difficult, because we all carry from our past some hurts, and sometimes also we want to replicate a model from our childhood, or a model about how we were loved by the people around us when we were little. And it did trigger things inside me. And I think it's the same for you, especially given that everything on this planet is ruled by this power of love. And whether we're talking about money, whether we're talking about relationship, whether we're talking about business, whether we're talking about intimate relationships, they are all ruled by this ability to be able to feel and to give love unconditionally. And if you think about this, that even money is a relationship. And I think you remember this show that we had a few months ago with Morgan Array, where she was talking about her money, honey, and this relationship with money. It is so true that it is a relationship. It is something that we need to nurture, and we need to be able to feel. Without feeling it, then we cannot receive it. And I believe that all of the very wealthy and very successful people have this ability to do this, even if they can't show this in other areas of their lives. They have this at least with money. But I believe that self-love and the ability to love somebody unconditionally is the best gift we can give to ourselves and to this other person. And that's really where the magic of everything is happening. I was reading, because I was preparing a speech that I'm going to do next week. I was reading something about self-love, and I was guided again to watch this movie, What's a Bleep Do We Know? And the story of this woman who was still stuck in her own past, in her own hurt, and nothing in her life could move forward because she was still there. She did not really allow herself to love herself because she was carrying a lot of resentment, a lot of guilt, a lot of regrets, a lot of anger. And all this anger and everything was not only reflected to other people that could have been very good for her in her life, but also towards herself. And in this movie, they are talking about Dr. Emoto. And Dr. Emoto is a doctor from Japan, and he has done some incredible, really incredible experiment with water. And in fact, what he did is that he asked a few people around him, I don't remember the numbers, I don't remember the details, but let's say maybe 50 or 100 people, to bless the water, to bless it with love, with compassion, with prayers. And the result was quite amazing, because the water that was blessed at the microscopic level created amazing crystals. And the one showered with hate, or with anger, or with resentment, or lack of self-love, or any of these emotions like guilt, fears, the result were kind of amazing also, because using the same process, they generated forms that were either ugly or either scary, but nothing like the other ones. They were really showing the chaos, and that's the best way for me to describe this, because I don't have the picture to sharing with you. But this really shows one thing, is that the power of our intentions, the power of our prayers, the power of love that we are giving to other people, the power of love that we are radiating from us, is really having a direct impact, an impact on water in this case. But it is really showing also the power that we have inside of us. And considering one thing that is really important, that we are made of more than 70% of water. Imagine what these thoughts, what this self-hatred, what this hatred or anger towards somebody else, or our guilt, resentment, fears, worry, doubts, are doing to us. Just imagine this. And imagine if you were in this position where you love yourself, where you are in this position where you have self-love, self-esteem, self-worth, but also that you love somebody else. Imagine what this does. When you start to be open to give love, to love really somebody, and forget about your past, and forget about the things of the past, and then really keep on reminding yourself, and no matter what happened in your past, I am divorced, and I could have a lot of resentment against women, against marriage, against society, against anything like this. I could, but I decided and I chose, and it was a journey, but also first it started with a decision. I chose that I would anyway open my heart. I was anyway going to remove these barriers, these walls, and just give my love unconditionally. So what it does to me is that once I'm doing this, is I can only express the love that I feel. And I can only receive the love that I want to feel. So sometimes we are in this situation where we feel that we can't feel it. It's not there. How much of this is us projecting in our own body, in our own mind, in our own soul? This energy that is transforming every single cell of our body, that makes it completely unreceptive, that is blocking the full flow of love coming to us. How many times are we doing this? What else are we doing to us? Now that you know from this show, and probably from other shows, and probably from other people, that by you having these thoughts against you, you are creating something that is going to destroy your cells, that is going to make them look ugly. And some people are creating then illnesses, and this illness is nothing to do with what's happening in the body or what's happening in the external world. It has all to do with how they love themselves and love the people around them. And it could be a heart disease, which is quite very frequent. It could be a lung disease, or it could be a cancer, or it could be just a skin disease. They are all here because at some level we hate ourselves so much that there is no other way than our body is transforming just by the power of our thoughts and the power of what we think about ourselves and the power that we wanted to protect ourselves. Just by these thoughts, it is generating these kind of situations, these kind of conditions inside of us. I was looking for the word. And so what I would like really to invite you here is really to think about this. Think about, what are you still holding a grudge towards? What are you still resenting? What are you still hating? Are you loving yourself? Are you open to love? Are you open to love completely the people that are in your life? Because once you are open to do this, and once you're open to receive this, not only are you going to experience this, and it is a wonderful feeling. It is one of the best feelings in the world. It is one of the most freeing feelings in the world. If you are a woman, this is a feeling where you are loved and adored for your femininity, for your silliness, for your flow of life, for who you are. And if you are a man, you are really adored for your masculinity, for your presence, for what you're bringing on the table, for your vision, for who you are, for your leadership. And there's nothing better than this. But also, it is going to change the cells of your body. It is going to change the water that is currently in your body. At this present moment, I am talking here to you. At this present moment, in your body, you have 70% of it that is water. So by allowing you to feel it, by allowing you to give it, by allowing yourself to receive it and to remove this wall, to remove this situation that you have created, maybe that will say, oh, you know what, I don't really receive what I deserve if you're in a relationship, and now I'm going to stonewall. Stonewalling means really what it means. Okay, you're going to hurt the other person, but the only person you're going to hurt. Take the courage here to say, no more of this. I know now that this is a situation, this could be a behavior, this could be a thought, this could be something from my past, this could be anything like this. And the current situation is not that, so this is not that, and I take this from my dear friend Tony Robbins. And just remind yourself this over and over, and say, from now on, when I go into this world where I want to protect myself, I'm not going to go in this place anymore, because the only thing that this will create is me being with my own thoughts that are either of anger, resentment, or whatever against the other person, or maybe because you don't want to be wrong, or you don't want to be controlled, or you don't want to get hurt again, that you're going to live with the thoughts, and you're going to put a wall around this, and then you're pretty sure that these thoughts are going to do something inside of you that is not what you really want. So decide that, hey, this situation was this situation. It was not about me, because usually it is not about you. It is about this other person. I may have had something inside of me that attracted this situation to me. So what is it? And try to dig a bit deeper. From my experience, it could be that you're feeling that you're not good enough, or you're feeling that you may lose love here and it's getting dangerous, or you're feeling that you have to take the next step in your life. You have to make a decision, and the decision usually is to open even more your heart, and that you're scared of it. So look at this. Look at how you attracted this and why you attracted this situation, and remind yourself it has nothing to do with you. It could be that your partner or this person that you like and love, maybe your kids, maybe a colleague at work, or really your intimate partner, or your mom, your dad, or whoever, just had a bad day. And they are living in their own world. And you come in, you are safe, and suddenly they're just dumping the bad day on you. Because you either triggered this by saying something, or you trigger this by your own energy. Again, coming back to how did I attract this? And then what can I do to change this? What do I need to change inside of me to change this? And then remove this wall. Because what you want, the only thing really you want in this situation is to be able to receive and give love. Why? Because as Dr. Emoto did his experiment, you want to be in this situation where every part of your water inside of you is transformed into nice little crystals that are living in full harmony with the universe, with yourself, with your cells, and are going to reproduce new cells that are far more healthy, that you are going to be healthier, but also you're going to be able to catalyze a far better vibration around you. Because most of our body is made of water, but also most of our nervous system is made out of electricity. And what is really bringing this electricity from our nervous system to our brain, to the function of our heart, and some other aspect of our body, is the crystalline structure of the water that is running into our body. So if this one is working well, and if this one is beautiful, then the messages between the cells, and between the nervous system, between the brain, between the heart, are going to be far, far more powerful. So think about this. This is my strong belief, and I have been using this with a lot of my coaching clients, and also with my daughter and other people in my life, and it does transform things. For example, when my daughter used to be very angry with me when we were in the car, I used to be like the normal guy, I will react to this and I will say something, and we will go into this huge long argument, but it is also when I realized this, I started to send her love. So she will say the most terrible thing to me, because she was just crying for love, in fact. And I would send it. I will not say it. I will not do anything around this. I will just send it to her. So no matter her behavior, I will just send it and send it and send it. And she will feel it. And after a few minutes only, we didn't have an argument. We were ready to go to school. We were ready to have a laugh. We were ready to crack a joke. And everything shifted at this moment. So instead of having a day which starts with this big argument that can rumble for hours and hours, and when we come back, we will continue it, because there was always this kind of thing that, oh yeah, I'm not going to let this happen to me. I'm not going to let this girl, my daughter, to talk to me this way, and so on. Well, instead of this, the day started well for her and started well for me, and things happened in my life that were easier than in the day. And now I understand this. It was the power of receiving and giving love. Sorry, but the receiving part can be even trickier, because we have this illusion that in order to receive love, we need to feel it at some level, because maybe we felt it in the past, or maybe we felt it, or maybe we have this fantasy of having this because we watch a love movie or romance, and we think that this is going to happen to us, and if I don't feel it straight away, then there's no love. And it's true in some condition, and it's probably true when we are really open and receptive, that when we meet this person, suddenly we feel it in our heart. But sometimes it is not only this. Sometimes if we have a wall around us, if we are not ready to receive this, if we are not ready to feel it, then we are not going to be able to feel it. And it's true for everything in our life. For example, you could say, okay, in business, you could say, okay, I want to move forward in my business, and I don't know how to do this. And suddenly you have this fear into your mind that is popping in, and then say, okay, so which direction should I take? This fear is going to block you feeling your own intuition and the own, if you want, your own love for doing this, the own reason for doing this. It happened to me a few weeks ago when I really love what I'm doing, and I really love serving people, and I love also my job as a researcher, and I also love writing, and I love a lot of things. But I could not feel anything. And that was really funny, because I was doing exactly the same thing, but my mind was not there. My mind was in some other situation. And I could not feel this joy. I could not feel this feeling that I usually have when I'm recording something like this, or like this show, or when I'm helping people. I could not feel anything. It was like stuck. It was like blocked. It was like the flow could not come into me. I could not allow this to happen. So if this is true for me, or for business, or in any situation, then it must be also true for you and in your situation. And it's also true with how we're going to see or how we're going to interact with other people around us. And not feeling it is not allowing us to receive, it's not allowing us to be, it's not allowing us to receive the money, the love that we want, the compassion that we need, even our needs being met, even us moving forward or taking any decision in our lives. And we're closing up this. Even good health, it is a gift to receive this. It is a gift to be here. So what I really want to get here as a message is that there is real power in this. And honestly, I did not understand this for a long time. I read it, I heard it, I watched video, I went to seminars, it was in books and so on, but I did not really understand this in the same level that I have today. So maybe it would be a good practice for you to experience this, and just every single day allow yourself to give love to a stranger. So you go to a grocery shop, or you go to the post office, or you go at work, and you just decide, now it's time that I'm giving this. And if you have been hurt in the past, and you are faced with this situation where at some level you want to have a better life for you, whether it is in the financial aspect, whether it's business, or simply in an intimate relationship, but you're finding yourself that you're struggling in this, then ask yourself, what am I blocking here? What am I vibrating? Because also the vibration that you're emitting is going to allow you to receive this. But also, did I put any wall around me that is really stopping the flow of this? Especially if in your life everything is stuck. That means that really you're stopping the flow of love. Because you may not be able to receive the love from another person, but also if you extend this to the love from people who are ready to pay you, the love from your bosses who are going to give you a better job, or even just better tasks so that you're feeling better, the love from your children, and maybe you have this kind of battle all the time, the love from your parents, so they say something, it makes you angry or makes them angry, or it's a dull conversation, or even the love of God or the universe. If you're not ready to feel it, you're not going to feel it. And then you're going to maybe feel all alone. and that you have to carry and control what's happening in your life, and that everything relies on one person only, and this person is you. And that could be really, really, really very difficult to do. So really think about this and wonder and have this curiosity of finding what it is. You remember the conversation I had with GP, who is a wonderful also host on this radio network. GP really said that you have to go in with compassion, with curiosity, and then with love for yourself. And once you do this, once you're really curious to know what's happening, and you're not scared about what it is, because it doesn't really matter. Once you find it, you can at least let it go. So it's not to be scared about what we will find, because you will find something. And I think that everybody who is on this journey and is curious is always finding something. I am finding stuff every single day. And but now I kind of find this funny, because it's kind of, I'm not beating myself up anymore. I'm kind of just taking this in and say, okay, hey, this is another thing that was here. I thought I dealt with this years ago, but obviously I didn't. So I need to do something about this and just take care of it. But if you go in with this curiosity and that you know that at some level you are going to be able to let go of this, because now you know what it is. It is freeing. It is really allowing yourself. Though the real question is, do you love yourself enough to be able to take this leap of faith? Do you love yourself enough to be able to go within and remove all this chatter and all this junk that's keeping you stuck? Do you love yourself enough to open yourself to love, knowing what it means now, knowing that this flow, this removing of this wall, this removing of these hurts from the past, this removing of these fears, this removing of I'm not going to do this again, this removing of these beliefs that you may have, that all women are this way, or all men are this way, or I always attract this kind of person in my life. That this is going to free you. It's going to remove the chains. It's going to remove the wall brick by brick. And as soon as there is just enough space, because you don't need to remove it completely, you just need to have enough space so that love can finally reach you and you can finally express it, that you will receive and allow, in fact, to receive the love that is here for you. And allow yourself to feel it. And allow yourself to feel loved. And now allow yourself to be and move forward in any aspect of your life, whether it's a business, whether it's your job, whether it's as a parent, or as a lover, or even spiritually. And that's the best gift you can give yourself. That's the most wonderful gift you can give yourself. So do it, and do it now. And start to do it today, and just think about this. And as your day goes along, think about, am I receiving love? Am I allowing things to come to me? Am I allowing people to pay me? Am I allowing money even to be in love with me? Remember Morgana Ray? She was talking about this love affair with money. Am I allowing these people that are loving me, no matter what, to be expressing themselves, to be expressing who they are, and to be expressing what they want to express yourself? Am I allowing this to come? Am I allowing myself to feel it? Or am I just scared? Or am I just still my past? And how long I'm going to give power to either this person of my past, this person that may have hurt me so badly that I've broken my confidence, broken my belief, broken who I am, broken my dreams. Am I still going to let them have this control over me? Or am I going to say, enough is enough, And I am now choosing to free myself from this. I am not going to let them have power over me again. I am not going to let them hold this world into place. I deserve to feel this. I deserve to be open. I deserve to receive this flow of everything good in my life to come into me now, today, tomorrow, and every single day of my life. That's a gift for me, it's a gift for others. And once I can fill myself up, then I can start to give to other people. And imagine how this will work. Imagine that you are starting to receive this. You are starting to receive the love that you have been craving for so long. And that suddenly this world is starting to crack and it's coming inside of you, and it's making you feel fabulous. It's making you to feel wonderful. It's making you to feel at top of the world. It's making you to feel like everything is possible for you. And not only from other people, but also from the universe or from God. And suddenly you feel this in your heart. And suddenly you know that everything is possible. Now you know it. And now you are ready to move forward. Now you can take the action because you know that you are not alone. You are feeling everything that you need to feel. And you are feeling everything you want to feel. And it's filling you up also. It's filling you up with confidence, with self-love, with better health, with maybe the wonderful love of a mutual nurturing relationship. One that is going to take your life to places that you never even know that existed. You can't go there if you're a wall. You can't go to any of these places if you are protecting yourself. You can't express your real desires to the universe because you can be starting to intend, to meditate, to visualize, to do whatever you want to do. And as long as there is a walls, it will stay within the walls. And you can't reach even the universe. You can't even want to do this. And in fact, the walls has a lot of reinforcement. And this reinforcement will be coming back to you in ways of excuses. I know. Why are you thinking about this? Why are you visualizing this? You know it's not for you. You are not good enough. And anyway, you tried this before and it will never work. Or you're too old, too young, or you know what? The only thing that they want is a person like this, or I am not good enough, or whatever. And that's what you're going to be able to express. Not what you're intending, not what you are visualizing, but just and only just these kind of excuses. So this world is still here. And you are going to start to lose hope. And maybe beat yourself up because you're going to say, okay, even this doesn't work. And to go back to this experiment with Dr. Emoto, what you're going to do is change the structure of your water inside of you, of the water that is running inside your body, and make it take shapes that are not going to help you, not going to move you forward. It's going to make you ill, sick, a headache, a skin disease, or whatever else. And that's not going to make you even like your body more, or even gain weight. And that's really going to create even more hatred, more anger, more resentment. And you're in this cycle where you may feel completely stuck, and everything in your life will feel stuck. With new excuses, by the way. And it's really, really not funny, but it's a term I'm going to use, when we start to understand this. And it is amazing to know that what is happening behind the scenes, and maybe one of the reasons why this is happening this way. So I invite you to really look in your life, and I invite you to really be very, very bluntly honest with yourself. If you are getting angry towards somebody, it means that this wall is still here. It means that you have been nurturing this wall at some level, usually at the subconscious level. Consciously, you want something else. You may have fears, you may have confusion, but your soul knows what it wants, and this creates even more fears and more confusion. And at some level, this confusion becomes so bad that the only way you can really free yourself is by expressing an anger, expressing hatred. It's expressing something towards another person. Well, why do I say this? It's because usually I arrive to this point in my coaching business. And when I arrive to this point where people can freely express who they truly are and need to let go of this, well, there's no better places than to do this in a private session. And after this, the walls start to crumble. But also you can do this on your own, with meditation, with releasing, with really working on yourself and being really, really, really honest with yourself. You don't need to be honest with anybody else. The only person you need to be honest with is you. The only person you want to give this gift to is you. But now that you have this picture of, and I invite you really to go on Google, on the internet, or buy a book and look at this crystal by yourself. Just search for Dr. Emoto, so DR for doctor, and Emoto is EMOTO. And look at the pictures on Google or on any search engine, and you will see these beautiful crystals that are generated from love. You will see how inspiring they are, how perfect the shape is, how magical they are. And if you can imagine that this was only done by showering love. And I know I'm repeating myself, but I really want to get this message inside of you. I don't want this show, this few minutes of show, to be like a Harry Fairy thing about, oh yeah, it's love is love and love is wonderful and so on. We all know this. We all know that there's nothing more wonderful than love in our life. The love for life, the love for ourselves, the love for the universe, the love for being on this planet, the love for our children. But also there's nothing more wonderful than touching the soul of another person and sharing a part of adventure and sharing this relationship with love. We know that this is wonderful. We know that this is probably one of the biggest gifts we can give ourselves. We know that it is something that is so beautiful and gives us wings, really wings, because that's the magic of true love. But I don't really want this to be just about this aspect of it. I want to go down to what has been scientifically proven so that you can really start to see what it does for you. I really want that you give this gift to yourself. I really want you to start doing this. Start looking at this wall. Start looking, what are you trying to protect you from? What part of you do you don't want to go outside, and that this wall is going also to protect you from sharing this to other people? Or even what part of you don't want to get hurt again? And when you start to ask this question, then realize that maybe there's no part of you don't want to get hurt again, because maybe when you got hurt, it was because of either you didn't love yourself enough, that you did not feel that you deserved something as big as what you had, or that you engage into a relationship, because usually it is in relationships, either intimate or others, that we get hurt. It's only when you have other people and we start putting meaning into what is said, or what is shared, or what is not said, or how life is, or so on. It's only when we are in this that we are experiencing this hurt. And really start to ask yourself, did I go into this relationship because I wanted to be saved, or because I didn't have the courage to be myself, and by being in this relationship I'm going to be able to hide myself behind somebody, and suddenly you had this conflict inside of you that was saying, no, it's not who you are, and that you needed really to go out, and the only way to go out of this is to allow yourself to get hurt? Or is it because you were so scared already at this stage that you could not really stay there, that you had to go out, and the only way was to generate enough hatred against you so that you find a good enough reason to go out of this relationship? It's really fascinating when we start to realize this and to forgive ourselves. I truly believe that the first gift that we have to give ourselves is to allow ourselves to love again, and to forgive ourselves for all the doors that we closed and all the hurt that we created because we had this wall, and then to move forward. But forgiving ourselves is so important, because maybe for years, maybe for 20, 30, 40, maybe longer for some people, for all these years you may have denied yourself from really living an extraordinary life. And when I mean extraordinary, I don't mean this in the sense of having 10 millions in the bank and having this huge house and huge car, because it's not a dream of everybody. It could be just having a nice, loving family, which is my dream, and then having enough money to be able to have adventures, go to places, and have a nice home, of course. So it is really forgiving ourselves that we put up this wall, that we mistake, I'm not really sure if it's English, or we have mistaken some people, some situation, some condition with some things of our past, and that we did not really allow this to come to us. We didn't allow ourselves to be free. We didn't allow ourselves to feel loved, and we didn't allow ourselves to love again, just because we wanted to protect ourselves, just because we were still living into another part of our life, and that this part was still alive, and that we decided not to let this go, and that we decided that this was not that, and that this just stopped us for living. So this forgiveness is just amazing. It's just freeing, and it's a gift that you can give yourself at any time. But I would like really to put just a little disclaimer here. This forgiveness will work. It will work, but you may need to go in for 1 week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and consistently we look with curiosity if there's still something else here, and consistently listen to your body, because your body, once you start to look at this, is going to give you indication, is going to give you little pain, at some part of your body, and you can go in and say, okay, what is it trying to tell me, or what is trying to live here? And you don't need to label this. You don't need to go into and try to find and understand what it is. Just try to say and try to stay at a level where you say, this part that wants to live now, I'm going to give it a gift. I'm going to release it now. I'm going to give this gift to this part that wants to live, and to myself. And then you can shower this part with light, and you can shower it with love, and you can say, okay, from now on, I am choosing to receive and give love. I am choosing to be this person that is going to have a wonderful and exceptional life. And the only way I can do this is by being and living love. And now, I let this part go. I forgive myself for having held it for so long.
Thank you for listening to Design Your Dream Life. I hope in the last hour or so I inspire you to take the next steps and action in order to create the life of your dreams. My name is Bertrand, and it has been a real pleasure. If you want to find more about myself, feel free to visit my website on www.designyourdreamlife.org. And to find more about the show, go on this website, radio.designyourdreamlife.org. So thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to talking to you very soon. Bye-bye.